You wake up tomorrow morning, and everything you've been avoiding crashes down on you at once. That relationship ends. That job disappears. That health scare becomes real. The future you've been planning crumbles into dust. Now here's the question that matters: do you break? Or do you bend, adapt, and come back stronger? The Stoics, ancient philosophers who lived through wars, exiles, plagues, and the collapse of empires, discovered something remarkable. They found that mental strength isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about training your mind to remain unshakable no matter what life throws at you. Today, you're going to learn the lessons that transformed slaves into philosophers, philosophers into emperors, and ordinary people into legends. These aren't just ideas. They're practical tools that will forge your mind into something unbreakable. Let's begin. Lesson 1: Control what you can, release what you can't. Picture yourself holding two ropes. One rope controls your thoughts, your actions, your responses, your effort. The other rope is attached to everything else: other people's opinions, the economy, the weather, the past, the future, whether someone texts you back. You spend most of your energy pulling on that second rope, don't you? Worrying about things you cannot control. Stressing over outcomes that aren't up to you. Replaying conversations you can't change. Anxious about a future that hasn't happened yet. Epictetus, who spent years as a slave before becoming one of history's greatest philosophers, taught the most liberating lesson you'll ever learn: some things are up to you, and some things are not. Your power lies entirely in recognizing the difference. What's in your control? Your perceptions. Your intentions. Your actions. How you respond to what happens. The effort you put in. The values you live by. The person you choose to become today. What's not in your control? Almost everything else. The outcome of your efforts. What people think of you. Whether you succeed or fail. The traffic. The economy. Other people's choices. Your past. Here's what this means for your life right now: stop arguing with reality. When something happens that you don't like, you have two choices. You can waste your energy wishing it were different, complaining about how unfair it is, spiraling into anxiety and frustration. Or you can accept what is and focus every ounce of your energy on what you're going to do about it. That project failed. You can't control that anymore. It's done. But you can control what you learn from it and what you do next. Someone betrayed you. You can't control their character. But you can control whether you let it poison your heart or make you wiser about who you trust. This isn't about giving up. It's about fighting the right battles. It's about taking your finite energy and directing it where it actually makes a difference: on your choices, your responses, your growth. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, something incredible happens. The anxiety melts away. You become clear-headed, focused, powerful. Because you're no longer scattered across 1,000 worries. You're concentrated on the one thing that matters: what you're going to do right now. Lesson 2: Treat obstacles as fuel. Let me tell you something that will change how you see every problem in your life: the obstacle is not in your way. The obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world as Emperor of Rome, wrote this in his private journal: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Think about what this means. Every obstacle you face isn't just something to overcome, it's an opportunity to practice virtue, to build strength, to become better. The challenge is the curriculum. The difficulty is the training. You wanted to build a business, but you have no money? Perfect. Now you'll learn resourcefulness, creativity, hustle. You'll build skills that people with money never develop. The constraint isn't limiting you, it's forging you. You got rejected? Excellent. Now you'll develop resilience, perspective, and a thick skin that comes from continuing despite setbacks. The rejection isn't ending your journey, it's teaching you how to persist. Your plan fell apart. Good. Now you'll learn to adapt, to think on your feet, to find new paths. The obstacle just revealed that you needed to be more flexible, more creative, more determined. This is the Stoic superpower. You can take anything life throws at you and transform it into raw material for growth. Every setback becomes a setup. Every problem becomes a teacher. Every hardship becomes a crucible that burns away weakness and leaves strength. But here's the catch, this only works if you choose to see it that way. Two people face the same obstacle. One says, "Why is this happening to me? This is unfair. I can't do this." The other says, "What can I learn from this? How can I use this? What's the opportunity hidden here?" Same obstacle. Completely different outcomes. You need to train yourself to ask better questions when things go wrong. Not, "Why me?" but, "What now?" Not, "This is terrible," but, "How can I use this?" Not, "I can't," but, "How can I?" The obstacles in your life right now, the ones you've been complaining about, avoiding, resenting, they're not your enemies. They're your training equipment. They're the gym where mental strength is built. Lesson 3, remember, you're going to die. I know. That got dark fast. But stay with me, because this might be the most important lesson of all. The Stoics practiced something called memento mori, remember that you will die. They didn't do this to be morbid or depressing. They did it because remembering death is the key to living fully. Here's why this matters for you right now. You're living as if you have unlimited time. You're putting off important conversations. Delaying dreams. Staying in situations that drain you. Avoiding risks. Playing it safe. Waiting for the right time that never comes. But you don't have unlimited time. None of us do. Every day you waste worrying about what someone thinks of you is a day you'll never get back. Every week you spend in a job you hate is a week stolen from your one precious life. Every month you delay telling someone you love them is a month you might not have. Marcus Aurelius, with all his power and wealth, reminded himself daily, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't about being morbid. It's about clarity. When you remember that your time is finite, suddenly everything becomes clear. The trivial drama doesn't matter. The petty grudges seem ridiculous. The fear of judgment seems laughable. What remains? What actually matters? The people you love. The work that means something. The person you're becoming. The moments you're actually present for. Death is the ultimate perspective giver. It cuts through all the noise and shows you what's real. So let me ask you, if you knew you had 1 year left, would you spend it the way you're spending today? Would you worry about those things you're worrying about? Would you still be angry at that person? Would you still be afraid to start that thing? The Stoics taught that remembering death doesn't make you sad, it makes you free. Free from caring what doesn't matter. Free to pursue what does. Free to live with intention, courage, and presence. You're going to die. So is everyone you know. This isn't depressing, it's the truth that sets you free to actually live. Lesson 4, focus on what you can give, not what you can get. Here's a truth that society doesn't want you to know, the path to fulfillment isn't getting more. It's giving more. The Stoics understood that human beings are fundamentally social creatures. We're built to contribute, to serve, to be useful to others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What's bad for the hive is bad for the bee." But you've been taught the opposite, haven't you? You've been told to focus on your success, your happiness, your needs, your goals. And so you chase, and even when you get what you want, it feels empty. Here's why, you're playing the wrong game. The Stoics taught that the meaning of life isn't found in what you accumulate, it's found in what you contribute. Not in what you get, but in who you become and how you help. Think about the times in your life when you felt most alive, most fulfilled, most proud of yourself. I'm willing to bet they weren't times when you got something. They were times when you gave something. When you helped someone. When you created something valuable. When you showed up for someone who needed you. This is the secret to mental unbreakability. When your sense of worth comes from contribution rather than achievement, you become anti-fragile. Failure can't destroy you because your value isn't based on outcomes. Rejection can't crush you because your worth isn't based on approval. Loss can't devastate you because your purpose isn't based on possessions. So here's what this means practically. Start every day by asking, how can I be useful today? Who can I help? What can I contribute? Not because you're a saint, but because this is how you build unshakable mental strength. When you focus on giving, something magical happens. The anxiety about whether you're good enough disappears. The comparison to others becomes irrelevant. The fear of failure loses its grip. Because you're not performing for approval, you're contributing because it's right. This is how you become mentally unbreakable. You anchor yourself to something bigger than your ego, your achievements, your status. You anchor yourself to service, to contribution, to making things better. Lesson 5. Train your mind like you train your body. You wouldn't expect to run a marathon without training, would you? You wouldn't walk into a gym and try to bench press 300 pounds on your first day. You understand that physical strength requires consistent training. So why do you expect to have mental strength without training your mind? The Stoics didn't just think about philosophy, they practiced it daily. They treated philosophy as a gym for the mind. And you need to do the same. Here's what daily mental training looks like. Every morning, prepare yourself. Remind yourself that you're going to face challenges today. People will be difficult. Plans will change. Things will go wrong. Don't be surprised by this, expect it. When you're mentally prepared, nothing catches you off guard. Throughout the day, catch yourself. Notice when you're getting angry, anxious, or upset. Pause. Ask yourself, is this in my control? Am I responding rationally or emotionally? What would the wise version of me do right now? This is where strength is built, in the moment when you choose your response. Every evening, review your day. What did you do well? Where did you react poorly? What can you learn? What will you do differently tomorrow? This reflection is how you improve. The Stoics also practiced voluntary discomfort. They would occasionally sleep on the floor, eat simple food, take cold showers, practice saying no to pleasures. Not to punish themselves, but to prove to themselves that they could handle discomfort. To build resilience. To remove the fear of hardship. You can do this too. Skip that comfort food sometimes. Take the cold shower. Do the hard workout. Have the difficult conversation. Say no when you want to say yes. Practice discomfort deliberately so that when involuntary discomfort comes, and it will, you're ready. Mental strength isn't a personality trait you're born with. It's a skill you build through practice. Every time you pause before reacting, you're getting stronger. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you're getting stronger. Every time you accept what you can't control and act on what you can, you're getting stronger. Lesson 6. Your character is your destiny. Here's what the Stoics knew that modern self-help gurus miss: success isn't about strategies, tactics, or hacks. It's about character. Heraclitus said, "Character is destiny." Who you are determines where you end up. Not your circumstances. Not your luck. Not your talent. Your character. And here's the beautiful part: your character is the one thing that's entirely in your control. You can't control whether you're born rich or poor, tall or short, talented or average. But you can control whether you're honest or dishonest. Courageous or cowardly. Disciplined or lazy. Kind or cruel. The Stoics identified 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These weren't abstract ideals. They were practical guidelines for building an unbreakable character. Wisdom means seeing things clearly. Not deceiving yourself. Facing reality as it is, not as you wish it were. Making decisions based on truth, not comfort. Courage means doing what's right even when it's hard. Speaking up when it's easier to stay silent. Taking action when it's safer to wait. Facing your fears instead of avoiding them. Justice means treating people fairly. Giving them what they're owed. Contributing your share. Standing up for what's right even when it costs you. Temperance means self-control. Saying no to your impulses. Delaying gratification. Choosing long-term good over short-term pleasure. These virtues aren't limiting, they're liberating. When you have strong character, you're free. Free from guilt because you're living with integrity. Free from fear because you know you'll do the right thing. Free from anxiety because your self-worth comes from who you are, not what you have. Build your character and everything else follows. Opportunities come to people of character because others trust them. Relationships deepen with people of character because they're reliable. Success comes to people of character because they do the work when no one's watching. Your character is being built right now, in this moment, by the choices you're making. Every time you choose the easy lie over the hard truth, you're weakening it. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you're strengthening it. Who you are becoming matters more than what you're achieving. Build the character, and the rest takes care of itself. Closing, becoming unbreakable. Let me leave you with this final thought from Marcus Aurelius: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Everything we've talked about today comes down to this one insight: you cannot control what happens to you, but you have absolute control over how you respond. That's where your power lives. That's where your strength comes from. The world is going to test you. Life will knock you down. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Dreams will die. This is guaranteed. The question isn't whether you'll face hardship, it's whether you'll let it break you or forge you. You now have the tools the Stoics used to remain unbreakable through anything: control what you can, release what you can't. Transform obstacles into opportunities. Remember death to live fully. Focus on contribution over achievement. Train your mind daily. Build unshakable character. These aren't just ideas to think about. They're practices to live by. Starting today. Starting now. The mentally unbreakable version of you isn't someone you'll become someday. It's who you become through the choices you make in this moment and the next and the next. So go face your day. Welcome the obstacles. Practice the virtues. Build the character. Control your responses. Serve others. Remember your mortality. And become unbreakable. The Stoics proved it's possible. Now it's your turn to prove it for yourself.